All right, so this is going to be a quick video. This is John, by the way, from Cavalry Equipment Repair. So I got a call that this machine, the tilt for the column wouldn't work. Obviously, it works now. I just fixed it, but I figured I'd make a video on it because it's a little bit. It looks more complicated than it really is, and I think a lot of guys probably call Caterpillar to come out here to fix this. You can get the parts. This particular machine is a newer 950. This is the tilt leveler kit, which is just the handle part. But truthfully, this is probably not bad on yours. What you're going to really need is going to be the piston here. Okay, I'll explain why. What happens is, on the new kit, you're going to get a boot. You'll get a different nut that actually holds the boot down, and this will come completely compressed. Now, what happened on this one, this particular one, this is actually a valve right here in the top. And what happens when you pull, because this is just threaded on, and that's just a jam nut. Okay, and when you pull this down, there's actually a little spring that sits right in there. And this just sits on top. And when you move this lever, okay, all you're doing is just barely, it's hard to see. I don't know if I'll be able to make it happen, but essentially all you're doing is you're just pushing this little guy down. And what that'll do is it'll allow the piston to move up and down. Now, and this customer's concern was that the steering wheel was locked. Well, it actually wasn't locked, it was unlocked. The piston is permanently unlocked. The valve came apart and was actually leaking, and it wasn't working. So it didn't matter how hard you pushed down on it. You could force it down, but it would not lock. This is supposed to keep it locked. So you push this down, and it would push this down, and when you let go, it stops it. Same idea as suction on a straw, probably. Anyhow, so it looks like you got to do all kinds of crazy stuff, like take the steering wheel off. I saw this in forums. I didn't buy it, and I'm glad I didn't. There's obviously some plastic down here that is really easy to take off. This looks way more complicated than it really is. The worst part, which I'm going through right now, is just fighting in two bolts, and I'm going to show them to you right now. Now that I got them kind of in. So what you have to do essentially is you have to take off. I loosened this plastic just to give me some more. To give me some more room. Okay, but there's two bolts that holds a metal bracket on. Okay, there's two little bolts. This just holds the plastic cover. All right, and it's hard to tell what they are. I struggled with that initially because I couldn't see them very well. But they're just a 5mm Allen. And you get those two bolts out. I took out the 4 bolts. There's 2 sneaky ones on the front side. Loosen this up, and then on the back side behind the plastic cover, let's see if I can get this in here for you. Right here, there's just two bolts, and that entire turn signal switch will hit the floor. Once you're in there, there are another set of 5mm Allen heads. Essentially, you're going to need 4, 5, and 6mm Allens, pretty much, to do this job. You'll need some snap ring pliers for the bottom of the piston, and you'll need a 17mm wrench to loosen the nut. This is also a 6mm. This is a 6mm Allen. There's one on each side, okay, of that block that we were looking at. That hold it in place on the column. And if you were to buy this new, it comes with a new pin to press this all together and a new spring and all that, which the customer opted for me to do that, so I did do that, but this is actually not bad. So, you want to save yourself some money, not call CAT out, get yourself some Allen wrenches and a little bit of time. This job probably, with hand tools, maybe an hour and a half. It's really not bad. Like I said, it's mostly wrestling the plastic. The drive control switch is the same. There's no hydraulics here. It's all electrical. So on the inside, I don't know if you can actually see them, but once you get this switch out of the way, this cover will fall off and hit the floor. And then behind it, you'll see 4 little Allen heads that hold this whole unit on. That comes off. This whole thing will come right off this with the other 2 5mm Allens. And bang, everything's right in your face. And the hardest part, like I said, is just kind of wrestling everything back into place. But, you know, we're there now. And the customer called me, Cavalry Equipment Repair, rather than Caterpillar, to save themselves a little bit of money. So, you will need a 13mm wrench as well on the bolts that hold this on. But hopefully that helps some people. I didn't see much info in the heavy equipment forums and whatnot. Like I said, this is a Cat 950G. It's probably the same setup in your 924s, your 930s, 928s, whatever. And maybe even the smaller loaders. So, you know, do a little research. You can get the part numbers from Caterpillar using your serial number. And if it looks like what I just showed you, see if your symptoms match. Before, you could grab this and you could pull the steering wheel down if you pulled real hard, but it was locked up and it wasn't actually locked. Like I said, the piston was no good. So, anyway, hope this helps. This is my first YouTube go-round. So, and if you're in New Hampshire and you have any breakdowns or anything like that, give us a call at Cavalry Equipment Repair. We're out of Middleton, New Hampshire, and we service all makes and models and everything from your garden tractors up to big loaders and everything else. So, all right. Thanks.